What is up, Whale family? This is Nightmare and Roon bringing you Hangtime, where we talk NBA Top Shot, sports collectibles, the market, fantasy basketball, fantasy sports, and all things hoops and hype. Roon, how are you doing this week, man?
I am good. I am good. Ready for these holidays to be over with, but I am good. You?
Over with. We're just getting started. In fact, after this stream of ours, there's going to be Japan Apple's first meme-based holiday gathering. I don't even know what it is. I just know that whatever he does is dope. So I'm ready for it. I know there's a lot of cool giveaways that we've been organizing, so I'm really excited for that.
Definitely, and it's gonna be so much fun. There's gonna be so many things going on. And while I'm ready for the holidays to be over with already, it's more on a personal level with kids rather than a whale level.
Yeah, I guess I'm the biggest kid in my household, so
There you go, there you go.
I'm the one. I like. There's all kinds of stuff coming that I know that I'm more eager to open up, I'm sure, than anyone else in the house. So looking forward to it. But let
Yes.
me not delay because we got a lot we wanted to cover here, and we definitely want to make sure that we don't impede on the amazing holiday festivities here. So the NBA this past week, a lot going on. COVID obviously throwing a big wrench in things, but DeMar DeRozan absolutely going off for the Bulls. He's really found a home there and is really making his mark, don't you think?
Yeah, he's fun to watch. A lot of fun.
Yeah. And then when it comes to the NFL, crazy week, like a lot of upsets happened, right? The Bucks got knocked off with the
Yeah.
shut off, the Pats off obviously fell in the dome. I think the biggest story, like the biggest character over the past week is really COVID, right? So like
Well,
COVID's taken, it's affecting a lot of the gameplay, I think, and we're seeing it manifest on the court and on the field. The NFLPA said they almost had to cancel 3 games outright.
yep.
Likewise, in the NBA, we have the Celtics dredging up the corpse of Joe Johnson to play because we're so shorthanded, right? Like there's a lot affecting. So, Unicron is out in full force. So,
Yes, definitely.
everybody be careful and make sure you take care of yourselves over the holidays or whatever gatherings you're having, because if it's affecting these guys who are multi-millionaires, right? Obviously us people in Gen Pop, although we could have some JPEG millionaires amongst us, but
Yeah,
either
but
way, watch out for Unicron. It's definitely in full force.
so two things really on this. One, the NHL season has also been paused as a result of this. So yeah, that's interesting. But not it's not COVID related, but I did have to put a shout out to Jalen Hurts breaking the Eagles franchise record for all time rushing touchdowns from Michael Vick in 2010, I think it was.
Yeah, that's not an easy record to break.
Oh, I mean, you had Randall Cunningham, and then you had Michael Vick, and yeah, so it was tough, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah, and so I already see people in the comments chiming up. I obviously know it's Omnicron, but Unicron is a favorite of mine, being a Transformer geek. So if you're not familiar, he was kind of I don't know, he didn't really have a side, but he ate planets. And when I
Yes,
was when I was a little tiny tot and saw that movie, it scared the bejesus out of me.
he was the Galactus of the Transformer world.
Yeah, but by the way, did you see that movie?
Which one?
So the original Transformers theatrical release
Oh,
movie, the
yes,
animated one.
yes, but I have not seen it since I was a kid. And yes,
So
it was terrifying.
Well, check this out. It's the 80s, right?
Yeah,
Transformers is a kids' cartoon. They outsourced this to a Japanese anime studio who did a dope job for the time, by the way.
yeah,
So this giant villain is voiced by Orson Welles. He's like garbling through it. It's pretty creepy, right?
yeah,
But
it is.
within the first 5 minutes, the
Yep,
Transformers swear, like a
yep,
handful of your favorites get killed, like in broad daylight, and
yep.
Optimus Prime is dead.
Yes, yes. My mom actually, I remember her covering my ears and like, yeah, I remember that.
Dude, I was wrecked. I was wrecked. But it did give the rise to one of my favorite characters ever, which is Hot Rod, really getting prominent. I say Hot Rod because I liked him before he became Rodimus Prime, but I'm going way down the rabbit hole here.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
talk to what people want to talk about, which is the market. But before we do, let's get into the Rune report.
Alrighty. Give me just a second. I had to wish a real quick get well to Esoteric's family. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. Okay, Rune Report. I am here, and we got to change that graphic, by the way. No, Atletico Brazilian champions powered by Betano. Now, this is interesting because actually, as soon as I can get my screen out of the way, there we go. What's happening is Club Atletico Mineiro is one of the top Brazilian clubs out there. And down in South America, and they are actually starting an NFT campaign where the Betno, which is their online gaming operator, they are taking part in this, and there's 3 different types of NFTs that they're doing. Now, there's 3 different tiers, I should say, total of 50. They have a whole bunch of perks, and I'm not going to read through all of these because it's a lot. But the one thing that I found very interesting was that the Betno Effect 1 of 1 edition NFT, you have to be a member of the squad. You can't. This is not going to any old person. This is one of the players. So there's that. You'll never get a chance to get that, apparently. So yeah, that's interesting. So that was one thing. It was a pretty light week, but the 2 things that did happen were pretty big. This one, and then next up, U.S. Group I's English Soccer Club. These guys here are going to be purchasing an English football league team. Now, just for quick rundown, the Premier League in England has 3 separate tiers. There's the Premier League, and then there's EFL, I believe, and then there's 2 more below. So the cool thing with soccer is that any of these teams that are in the, we'll say, quote unquote, minor leagues,
Right, you can move up, right?
Yeah,
if you do
they
well.
can move
Right.
up, but then also Premier League teams can move down. So which is really cool. So these guys here want to get one of those one of the clubs that are like 2 below it, and which is really cool because they are planning on buying it outright and then using NFTs as the way to make money, produce a football club that will be entirely crypto based.
So let me get this straight. Say, you bought a club and I was interested in it representing our region or whatever. I could help support, and we could kind of rally people to give funding to be able to sign players or whatever by NFT sales. It's kind of grassroots, almost kind of like the Green Bay Packers model, right?
Yeah, and what they said, yeah, exactly. And what's crazy is Daryl Morey of the Philadelphia 76ers, he's the president of basketball operations, he's getting in with these guys. So these 3 people have absolutely 0 soccer experience. One is a sports gambling reporter through ESPN. The other one, I think, is an accountant. And then you have the 76ers president of basketball operations all coming in to purchase this soccer club. They're not revealing the team, by the way, because they're saying it's about a month out from finalization. But they say that just right here, just like you said, the blueprint has hints of the 21st century version of the Green Bay Packers.
Hey, look at that. And I did not see this ahead of time. I did not.
Nope. And then not only that, but they also say that they're starting out from the ground up. This is not your Manchester United yet, but they plan to do that. But
so I got a question for you. Can you go back up to the top to the picture of the guys?
Yep.
Because I don't know who these guys are still, but they look like they're about to drop a sick album.
They do. They really do. I mean, they've got this. They got the sneaks on. They got everything.
Yeah. So you're saying these are like media personalities. This isn't someone we traditionally see in the investment space, I guess.
No. Well, one of them. I think the guy on the right is an investor.
Okay.
I think he is, but he's still. They have the information within here about them. But I found it funny that this guy on the left here is a ESPN reporter having to do with sports betting and gambling. I didn't know that was a chain out of ESPN, but okay. So, but anyway,
they do poker stuff and whatnot sometimes, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. But this is big. I mean, for one thing, it's the U.S., but they are going all in crypto wise on this. And just like you said, with the Green Bay Packers, that's the plan. They want to do that.
Very cool.
That is it. That is the Roon report for this week.
Awesome. So let's get into NBA Top Shot and the market. The collective market cap over the past week actually was pretty steady, right? Evaluate market bombed out on me as it typically does. I think it hates this time when it works fine until I come on to stream, of course. But evaluate market was at about $720,000, which is, I think, down 1% versus a week ago, which is interesting because we had kind of a precipitous dip there. But what happened was, there was a lot of catalysts that brought things back up to basically level with week ago. And if you look at, if you look at the individual metrics here on moment ranks, let me just make sure I'm looking at a 1 month period here. You can see that happening here, right? So here's that dip that we talked about. And what
Mhm.
happens right here on the 17th?
Boom.
The stimmy comes in and the marketplace really responds. People were really excited
Yep.
to have that additional funding and being able to participate in the market. What I'm interested in seeing is how this sustains afterwards, right? So it brought
Yeah.
us back to where we were. Of course, this coincides with a lot of volatility in the greater crypto market right now. If you look at our NFT fear and greed index over the past week, the update actually put us at our lowest level since we've been tracking at
Mm.
about 31 points. Now, that
Yeah.
does not include Clone X, which Whale
Yeah.
Shark may have nearly carried himself, but also NFT photography wasn't in there. I asked Frank, and he said if it was, probably a good range would be maybe plus 10 points on that. So, the market is cautious right now, so it
Yep.
makes sense that we would, level. But I did find it interesting that the stimulus had that kind of effect. We'll see what it does as far as some longevity goes.
Yep.
But as you recall, last week we looked here at the base sets and they were really hurting.
Yeah.
They've all had a significant jump back up, right? So a great rebound on these. Interesting to see Series 3 have such a big climb from where it
Yeah.
was.
Surprised by that.
Right. But again, things had fallen, and then so
Yeah.
you see this slight rebound here, a steady trickle, no real movement in onboarding new people. But
Yeah.
either way, it's good to see that the market did respond, because a lot of people were a little bit despondent and down on Top Shot at the time, saying, "Hey, I'm just liquidating moments and getting stuff. I think will have some longevity." So
Definitely.
interesting to see. If we look at the whale vault itself, interesting here. We've now dropped down to about $28 million here on Evaluate Market. If I look at Moment Ranks, that's at $24 million. That's a significant drop off from where it was previously. And you can see here we kind of fall off from about 28 to 24, and it's not often that these two coincide where they look so similar in dollar value, because they kind of chop it up a little bit differently.
Mhm.
So, oftentimes there's one particular thing that's a significant hold that's driving that. And so I took a look at some of the individual moments here and trying to see what could be the catalyst, because that's a big drop, right? And so look
Yeah.
at here,
Exactly.
absolutely
Yeah.
falls off a cliff from
Yeah.
34 to 29. If you look at the individual moments, you will see that this LeBron James cosmic moment is what's the driver.
Oh,
So
that one. Yeah.
right. So the lowest ask on here was $1 million. Someone listed one for a quarter
Uh,
million, which is a 75% drop. And we have one, two, three, four, five, six. We have
yeah.
six of them. That's $4 million right there, right? So this one moment having a listing of 250K versus the million caused that drop.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, at
you
least no
know,
one's purchased it yet.
yeah, no, I mean, big picture, it's not the most liquid market, so it's not the
Yeah.
greatest representation. So I'm not too caught up in these wild swings. Now, a sustained drop like that, like everybody starts taking these legendary moments and really trying to get out of them, then that's
Yep.
something I'd worry about. But one moment driving the whole thing, not really concerned.
Yeah.
Another thing of note is, and I'm sure you guys know this, we are no longer the number one highest valued collection.
I heard
There's
this.
someone that's been actively collecting. I forgot who this person's name is. It's they have a different handle on Twitter, but they're actively collecting right now. Obviously, though, the ROI on us is significantly different than someone making market purchases right now.
Yeah.
Um, and likewise, I just showed you how about $6 million is influenced by that LeBron moment. So really, this is a lot closer than it looks, I would assume.
It's still crazy to see though that number 2 spot. So, but whatever, it'll come back.
Yeah. We'll definitely see. As you guys know, I've been looking at this Jokic to kind of gauge the market. It's roughly where it was last time we looked at it, right? It
Yeah.
was about $70. It's $67 now. Not the most scientific way to evaluate things, but still something I had been looking at. I thought this was pretty cool. This Jason Tatum Cosmic sold over the past week for $48,000, and that was one of the biggest sales on this for a long time, right? The number 2 sale ever. Um, Gosh, the one prior to that that was in this range was for 48 in August. And before that, you're going back to the spring run up, right? February and January. So, for people talking about a market being quiet, that's a significant investment someone just threw down.
Definitely.
And again, a lot of the stuff that we're seeing, the catalyst was what? The stimmy. How much did you get, Roon?
Me, I got my 550.
$550 is not bad, my man.
Yeah, it goes right to bills.
Yeah, I got $35. So
Yeah.
certainly a different categorization. I believe the whale vault got nothing because a
Yeah.
lot of our purchases from the market were OTC
Yeah.
deals when people were just trying to get out of some of these big moments, and we were
Yeah.
able to scoop them, which is why we have such a crazy collection, quite honestly. But this happened on December 17th, so when you see that run up that we saw, it was exactly after this. And what it was is 5% of people's all-time spends in the marketplace was gifted back by Dapper, rounded up. And like I said, the whale vault had zero, but it definitely caused a big pop in buying activity if we look
Yes,
back at this metric right here, right? So here's the
Mhm.
17th,
Yeah.
and it's still going, and we'll see, where that lands.
It's awesome.
And what else? Oh, and as you know, over the past week, actually yesterday, there was a couple of pack releases. You may have heard this metallic gold LE rare drop, series 3 drop one. You needed to have 7,500 or 2,500 collector score, $90 a pop, 13,000 packs. 41,000 people had the minimum collector score there of 2.5, myself included. So you had 19% odds, and I was lucky enough to land a pack. So I saved it so we could throw some Joe Boos and rip it together here. Hopefully, we get something dope. But if not, it's still fun to do it together.
Exactly.
But the one that everybody is actually more interested in is Deck the Hoops, the legendary that dropped from the 2010s, holiday moments, $1,000, 500 packs, 25,000 collector score
That blew my mind when I saw that. I was like,
for
"What?"
the
Yeah.
priority queue,
Yeah.
10,000 collector score for the general queue or whatever the next tier. If you had that 25,000 collector score, which I think was roughly 2,300 people out of the
Mhm.
whole platform. If you had that, you had 12% odds of landing one of these packs. So 1 in 8, I suppose, or roughly around there, right? So
Yep.
this pack drop was pretty cool. The value is still climbing on it, which is cool to see. And if you look at the top gaining sets here, which
Yes.
which I do like seeing, the season 3 rookies and the archive set, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But if you look
Yeah.
at here, the value's still definitely climbing. Some pretty
I'm
cool
surprised.
moments in this.
Yeah, I'm surprised about the 2020 NBA Finals being the biggest loser. But yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, if people are looking to consolidate collections, they're looking at what they think has historic and significance, and maybe just a recent playoff run isn't
Mhm.
where they target their funding. But if you look down here, this D Wade moment is currently the highest valued. You'll notice that the circulating supply of it, so obviously total circ 55, but the actual supply out there is only 62, much less than everything else. So I think Top Shot clarified it's just a quirky thing that people haven't opened it yet, and once they do, and there's
Yeah.
more in circulation, this will probably come back down. But this KG moment is dope.
Yes, it is. And you know that Jimmy Butler is too. And I saw someone had ripped that on Twitter. Um,
Yes, they
I
got
saw
I saw that too. They got the number one. They were like
Yeah,
Christmas came
they got
early, right?
number one. Yeah, they got number one out of that. I was like, holy shit, that's good.
Yeah, that was cool. And
Gavin, that's good too.
and so with that, there's a couple of challenges related to these that are out right now. You got 6 days to complete it. Deck the hoops. You can score a Derrick Rose. This is actually a pretty cool Rose moment, actually.
Yeah, I'm not a big layup person, like I said, but that's considered a jump shot, I think, and it's nice. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is
Yeah.
this 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 challenge requires 5 legendaries. Right now,
Whew.
the Florida to complete it would be $18,000.
Oh my god.
But
Whew.
I think some people would vie for it
Well, yeah,
because
it's Rose. I mean, it's not like it's a yeah. No, it's good. Someone can do
not even that, because he may be a component necessary for the next
it.
reward, which is a LeBron, a
That's
legend,
right. That makes sense.
a legendary LeBron is on deck, right? And so
Yep.
you also have this metallic gold challenge that's out right now. You need 9 MGLEs, and this is about 1,500 to complete for Chris Middleton. So
Mm.
we'll see. I like Middleton, but Personally, it wouldn't be one I'm gunning for, but why should I talk? I'm not buying legendaries and MGLDs aftermarket myself. But also, they did say that there is another reserve pack dropping, man.
I saw that. I saw
So
that.
if you have your 350 trade tickets ready, be on deck next Thursday, December 30th. There'll be another 500 available. There's only one queue this time. And again, this is 4 moments from series one. One is a LE of, just 1,000 mints. The other 3 are up to, just under 4,000. So an opportunity to score some really cool series one moments.
I gained 4 tickets from the last reserve pack auction, so I think I'm at a total of 5 now.
Very, very nice. Very nice. They did also mention that the locker room packs have been updated, right? So now instead of just series one, there'll be series 1, 2, and 3 kind of randomized in there. Still not excited about locker room packs, but maybe there's some positive gamification of it. I did find this interesting when they give a little update on what's on deck coming up. They talked about bids being a priority, right? So instead of just everyone trying to undercut the floor, there'll be some genuine price discovery that'll happen.
Yes, definitely. And that's going to be very interesting once that is impacted, how it will change the marketplace a bit.
Right. I did also think this was pretty cool. NBA Top Shot and Live Token kind of partnered to have this platform where they've gamified sort of leaderboards on moments, on teams. So, you can pick, obviously right here, I have a particular set, right? Cosmics, of course, we're going to crush that. But you can take a look at, who's the number one collector of Celtics, or, in your case, 76ers, right?
Yeah, Sixers, yep.
Yeah, let's see if you're on there, Roon.
No, I'm not on. Yeah, I'm not on this.
Man, you didn't even score. You're not even ranked.
No, I'm like 223 on my CS, man.
You got to step it up. But this is pretty cool. So there's actually a lot of rivalry and people talking smack. So it added an interesting layer of gamification to it.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
NFL all day. I don't have much news. Rude's not feeding me anything, despite me trying to bribe her. But I did see this guy who pulled 3 Tom Brady's in one pack.
Yes.
And look at this comment over here. It's like, glad to see they're saving some big cards for the rest of us forced to wait, right?
Yeah, and apparently there's murmuring of Tom Brady potentially approaching this person. So
that would be pretty cool. Hopefully, he gives them a better deal than he did for that football for his historic touchdown.
Seriously, that was pretty pathetic in my opinion, but whatever, it is what it is.
Yes, I did want to make mention. I know we had a lot of people that got into ballers. The marketplace went live, so this is pretty cool. Did you know what the mint cost was on this, Roon?
None. I don't know. No.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was $1,000, but I could be wrong. So I think that there's some interesting appreciation. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what I was saying here. Oh yeah, I don't know exactly what the issues were, but I did see a bunch of people popping in saying, "Man, this is crazy," when it first opened up, like it was the Wild West. So, 200 USD is what people had said. So significant ROI there, but I think there's going to be some utility, obviously, right? So, we'll see exactly what happens with this. And I want to say congratulations to you, Roon. I saw that you bought your first piece of metaverse land ever in the big time space sale. So,
yeah, and I'm nervous, and I don't know what it is, but I am just nervous.
Hey, man, you're gonna have to spend some time decorating it. You finally got your one parcel.
Yeah, I've never bought land before, and I've always told myself the next time I have the chance to buy land, I'm gonna do it. And I broke the bank a little bit, so I mean, I got that rare small space, but
yeah.
Time of year.
Hey, baby steps, dude. Next thing you know, you're going to own a quarter of a platform metaverse. Someone mentioned, I think Faria mentioned, that the Black Swan for next year will be staking of moments. That'll be very interesting to see how that comes together.
Well, I will tell you that I have found a website that is the first I've ever seen that talks about staking NFTs. So it's zoo something. I posted it in Dolphins.
Good. You know what? Send it to Iliscavia, have him research and give us the straight dope on it. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
I have him looking into some things that I can't even interpret. He does a good job of making it palatable for me. I did want to give a special shout out. So this is the holidays. It's giving time. I was looking at my collection and noticed that I had a moment that I didn't recall ever purchasing. Someone in our community, so Esoteric, didn't even say anything to me, sent me a Paul Pierce 3-pointer from the archive set.
Oh my gosh.
Just because he knows I'm a huge C's fan and I would love this moment. So thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Sorry.
Yeah, no, so thank you so much, Esoteric. I was tempted to just whip something back to you, but I don't want this just to become some awkward trading scenario that'll never end. So, in the spirit of giving, I want everybody that's listening to the show that's in stream, say something in stream text. I'm about to drop a nice tip to all the active dolphins.
Yeah,
So I'll
yeah,
do that
yeah.
right before we sign out.
And what I was gonna say is I've always loved Paul Pierce. One of the main reasons why is because he always went with my favorite number 34, the good old Charles Barkley.
There you go. There
Yep.
you go. I used to rock the 35 because I was a big Reggie Lewis fan when I was a
Yep,
kid.
okay.
So I'll still wear this to the day. You catch me in the Y Rec League, I'm hurting people with that 35 on. So,
Nice.
again, everybody come through, say something in the stream text. I'm about to drop a nice tip in there in the spirit of giving. Thanks to our boy Esoteric, who came through with an amazing gift for me. Thank you so much, my friend. You did not have to do that, but believe it is diamond handed, super appreciated. And with that, before I drop that tip, I will take us out. I know the holiday thing is about to get going. I will rip our pack that I collected for the MGLE, and then we will sign off. Guys,
Cool.
thank you so much. It's been a super dope year. Actually, I think we'll have another one before New Year's, right?
Should be one more. Yeah, I'm down for it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have one more. But in the interim, have a great holiday. If I don't talk to you between now and then, which would be crazy because I'm all over the Discord, I will drop that tip in just a moment. And in the interim, check out what we pull.